I'm Elaine Armstrong. I am a resident of Gallia County. So in the 1950s, the swimming pool was segregated, and you could go swimming one day per week. That was on Wednesday. That's when they changed the water.
My name is Rodine L. Swaggerty. Well, the swimming pool, like I said, the blacks, when they'd have the 8th of August, they would let the blacks have the pool that one day. And we'd go over and swim, and whenever the day was over with, they would drain the pool out, the water and stuff. They would.
So these were accounts of Black experiences with pools from Gallia County, Ohio, and Newport in East Tennessee, and really just reiterating Jeff's point about limitations to Black people's access to pools.
So it's reminding me of just like what we talked about earlier with you saying, even though you live next to the coastline, you weren't given access to learn how to swim.
Right.
Versus in my parents' come up, I had a pool. We were swimming.
And you're a good swimmer.
Yeah, I'm a good swimmer.
You know, and there's been other research since then that really highlighted when Black kids have access to pools, they are just as prepped and primed for competitive swimming and all sorts of successes in the water, right?
Yeah.
So Jeff gave us this really fascinating history about this early history of public pools and then this sort of mid-century history of public pools. But Jeff also talked with us about sort of like how Black people responded to this way that pools have been used against them and the ways that their leisure has been limited, right?
Yeah.
He talked about Black folks in Montgomery, West Virginia, who were like, oh, so y'all gonna build a pool and try to keep us out?
Yeah.
We got something for y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
So Montgomery, West Virginia built its first public pool in 1942. During World War II, the city builds a public pool, and it funded by local tax dollars that are paid by Black residents and white residents. When the pool was about to be completed, some local leaders within the Black community went to the mayor of the city and basically said, you know, this pool is going to be open to Blacks and whites equally, right? And the mayor said, I don't know about that. And so the pool was finished in 1942. But in the summer of 1942, 1943, 1944, 1945, it did not open. That the pool was built, it was finished, but it did not open because West Virginia had a civil rights law. And the West Virginia civil rights law said that there can be no racial discrimination at public accommodations. The mayor of the town realized that they could not legally discriminate against Black residents, but he was not willing to allow mixed race use of the pool. And so his solution was, well, we just won't open the pool to anyone. In 1946, a less scrupulous person, a man named Holstein, I can't remember his first name, his last name was Holstein, a less scrupulous person becomes mayor. And Mayor Holstein still recognizes that he cannot legally discriminate against Black Americans. And so instead, what he did was he leased the public pool to a private organization called the Montgomery Park Association. And Montgomery Park Association sounds like it might be no, this is a private organization. And so now the private organization has the lease to the pool and it operates the pool. The policy was you could buy a summer-long membership for $7.50. Every white person or every identifiably white person who comes and gives $7.50 gets a season-long pass. Every identifiably Black person who comes to try to buy a season's pass for $7.50 is denied. And so a group of local leaders who were leaders within the Montgomery chapter of the NAACP went and confronted the president of this private association and said, here's our $7.50. We want to be admitted. And he says, no, we're not allowing Black residents to swim in the pool. He just was open and upfront about it. So those NAACP leaders then went to the mayor and said, you cannot avoid legal operation of this pool by leasing it to a private association, and we demand that you ensure our access to this pool. And the mayor said, nope, not going to do it. And so they filed suit.